welcome to the broadcast with Amanda, Shandy, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
My name is Amanda.
And I'm Shandy.
Welcome to the show, everybody. This is season 7, episode 40, episode number 310. How is it going?
Good.
Good.
Excellent. Amanda, your hair looks very good tonight. Love the curls.
I'm telling you, it's the headband. I'm glad headbands seem to be like having a tiny bit of a moment. So I'm like, yep.
Can you lean in with that headband? Because I feel like did you get that from Target?
No, it came.
You don't have a Target close.
Yeah, not to sound all bougie, but it was a gift from a friend from Mexico.
Oh.
Yeah, back in early pandemic, a friend of mine did a month working remotely in Mexico and brought me back this really sweet headband.
I love it.
Yeah, it's and it's one of those ones that goes all the way around, and it's like it was really good at hiding all my bald spots when my hair was like my postpartum hair growing back, and now it's just like when I let my hair air dry and it looks kind of flat. Yeah, you put the headband on, hair don't look so flat anymore.
It looks great though.
Yeah, nice. So I'm telling you, headbands. Love them.
Since I haven't got my hair cut since the beginning of December because I was late to the touch-up appointment, and she was just like, whatever. We talked about that a few weeks ago. My hair needs to be cut so badly. Like my bangs are at the point where they're long enough to like curl.
Ooh,
and I'm just like, I don't want to blow dry you. This is stupid. I just put that. Maybe when we take a break, I'll go get the headband that is the copycat headband of Amanda's cool headband. Put them back.
Yeah, I'm telling you, headbands, man. I am all about it.
Nice.
I have a whole suite of headbands.
I know, and they all look good on you.
They all look great. You pull them off wonderfully. I tried to get on the headband train a little bit. Like last year, I bought a couple, and I don't know. I don't know if it's because I have like an abnormally large head, and that like literally, maybe figuratively, but definitely literally. So I don't know if that's part of the problem, but they never seem to like stay on me correctly.
Yeah, I feel like you don't have a head for headbands, and I don't have the hair cut, like the bangs for headbands. Like it just doesn't work.
I disagree.
Also,
I think
with glasses,
there is a headband for everyone. You just have to find the right one for you. It's like I find really wide ones because I have a smaller head, so sometimes like the really wide ones don't work for me because they sort of flare out from my head. They don't stay, but like this one's good because it's mine just only like
they all
like
eventually
6 inches wide. Yeah,
they just kind of fall off.
Yeah.
You can also pin them. You could pin them on the bottom, like pin them at the nape of your neck. You take like 2 bobby pins. So I tried that,
but then they still. I tried that, but they fall off on the top then, and then I've just got like a limp
then you just need to tie it tighter. It just needs to be tighter.
I don't know. Anyway, I'll figure it out.
We will find you guys headbands that work. I am convinced there's a headband for everybody. There's a headband for every head.
We'll all take a trip to Charming Charlie's next time we're in Raleigh.
I took out. We bought some stuff in Asheville, and then I kind of like forgot about it, and I finally started taking it out today. We need to put it on the wall. Love this.
Wood poop
again. Oh my god! I
5 stars. Wood poop again.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Handmade in Wisconsin. Got this at a little like art fair in Asheville. Very excited.
Love that.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I need to put that up. No, I need to put that up in my bathroom downstairs, but I need to like 5 stars would poop here again. Credit Franck.
Yes. Yes.
Who is still to this date the most famous pooper in my downstairs bathroom.
Notorious.
We do what we can in my family.
Everybody's got something.
Everybody's got something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Let me make some announcements before we move on. Next week. You'll already hear this by the time, unless I can magically get it out, but that's what she said. I still haven't gotten the bonus episode out, which is totally a me thing. And I'm very sorry about that.
Wait, bonus episode? What episode number is that?
The one,
they're
patron
separate.
One we did last week.
That's a different number.
That's not a number. That's not a number.
I'm an asshole.
It has its own numbering.
No. I just had a number. It was just a number thing. That's all.
Yeah.
No,
I'm an asshole and I haven't gotten it out yet, even though we recorded a week ago for
April.
You're being
tantric about it. It's fine.
Yeah, there we go. That'd be tantric about it. I'm going to just call it the tantric episode now. Thank you very much.
Perfect.
You guys want to know why it's called that? It's not the Dirty Mad Libs. It's because Shandy just named it right now. But we moved up our Real Weird Sisters episode, and we recorded it yesterday as you're hearing this, or maybe tomorrow if I can get it out early. No, just kidding. I'm not.
Right. Also, hashtag I'm very sorry. And thank you all for keeping me sane.
Cool. Yeah. So we're recording it on May 4th. May the 4th be with you.
Yes.
Which Jay and I took the kids to see Return of the Jedi in theaters.
That.
It was so awesome. Poor Alex didn't understand that we weren't watching a new Star Wars movie. So like Darth Vader comes on the screen and Alex goes, and we're at Alamo Draft House. We're not allowed to talk. He's like, I thought Darth Vader was dead.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers.
And I was like,
newbies in the audience.
Right. And I was like, Alex, this is an old movie. He was like, but isn't he dead? And I was like,
just gonna have to watch and find out, buddy.
I was like, you're going to find out that he is dead
but
at the end of this movie that came out 40 years ago.
I love that he actually knows more about that whole universe than I do.
He does. Yeah, they've been watching, so we were rewatching, I think I told you we were rewatching Rebels, but for some reason, Zachary, I don't know why, but Zachary decided he liked Clone Wars better. So he's been rewatching all of Clone Wars. And Darth Vader's not in that, but like Star Wars has been pretty prevalent in our house, as it always is. But it was just really cute that Alex was like, this isn't a new movie. And I was like, we don't know.
It's like you are growing up in a time in history when everything is going to be like targeting your parents and their nostalgia. So buckle up, Buttercup.
Exactly. Sorry, I just realized I'm going to reference a whole bunch of dates, and my calendar isn't even correct. Now it is.
Nice shirt,
yeah, I know. And they are. But yeah, so that was really fun. That was really cool to see it on the big screen. I can't remember. So the last time it was on the big screen was, I think it was 1997.
Oh, God, really?
Yeah. And I don't remember if I saw it or not. Jay remembers seeing it. I don't remember, but it was really cool to see it. I had a very exciting weekend, but hold on. Let me get to the announcements. So we're doing Real Weird Sisters on May 4th. And then on Tuesday, May 9th, we're going to be talking about Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. The book and the movie, Shandy has seen it, but we're going to muzzle her because we cannot talk about it until next Tuesday.
And I'm almost done with my reread. Very excited.
Oh my gosh.
Have thoughts. Excited to share. Spoiler alert, I went with Frank. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
I still need to get the book. I'm going to the dentist tomorrow, so I'm leaving my house. So I'm going to stop at a bookstore on the way home because that seems easier than getting a library card.
It's really not, but
because the thought is I was going to stop at Trader Joe's on the way home, and there's a bookstore like in that same.
So okay,
so I can just,
If I had reread this a little bit earlier, I could have just sent you my copy.
Hey,
very sweet. This is on me for I have had plenty of time for this assignment, and
and you'll want to hold on to it.
That's what you guys keep saying. Yeah. And also, support independent bookstores.
Totally.
Like, I just love it.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah. I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I'm trying to hold off to read it this weekend and then see it on Monday.
Nice.
So, because I want to be as fresh as possible. So that's what's coming up. And then after that, we will not record a new episode until, June? The plan is not to record a new episode until June 6th after May 9th. So cool.
Indeed. Yeah, that will give everyone a lot of time to also go and see the movie and give us feedback about the feedback.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Be like the gift that keeps on giving for a month.
Oh, I have some very sad news.
Oh, no.
My new coffee pot broke.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
It cracked on the bottom, which looks like it cracked because the heat was too hot for
I think you need to get a different means of making coffee for
yourself.
That's
exactly what it.
Also, can you return it?
I can't because I got it from Marketplace. The new one.
Right.
Right.
So now I have 2 coffee makers and 0 coffee pots that go with them. So what I'm going to, so I actually got very fortunate. I found one of those dual things that makes the single cup on one side and regular pot on the other side.
Ooh, you fancy.
It was like, what?
You fancy.
Yeah, I'm fancy. I got it for $10 from Facebook Marketplace for a moving sale.
Nice.
That's
fingers crossed it doesn't break.
Yeah, seriously.
Fingers crossed it doesn't break, but if it does, it was $10, so I feel a lot better about that.
Fair enough.
I was so upset though. I don't even know what happened. Like the first time I thought, oh my God, maybe it was from like the dishwasher. I didn't even put this one in the dishwasher. I like hand washed it. I had it out. I hand washed it on Sunday morning, had it out to dry, went to fill it up on Sunday night, and there was a fucking hole in it.
Oh,
and
God.
it had cracked, and there was like a crack all the way. So I was just like, gosh darn it. Like I was so pissed. But thankfully, it all took care of itself. But like, my God, I could not believe that.
I'm feeling really good about the fact that I don't wash my coffee pot probably nearly as often as I should.
I rinse it out. I used to put the old one.
I rinse.
I used to put the first one in the dishwasher on the top shelf once a week, just because, any bacteria that adds up.
Again, smart.
But whatever. Anyway,
didn't they say like you're supposed to run it with like vinegar and then hot water?
I think
like
so.
Clean it.
The dishwasher?
No, yeah. Like you do like a pot.
I do that occasionally
of like vinegar.
Oh, in the I do that. that.
Yes. That's supposed to be all you really need to do. And then you do a hot. See, I don't.
When the light
I'm
comes
the only one
on.
in the house that drinks coffee, so I have a French press because
right.
A pot of coffee for myself is like it's just too much. It's a bridge too far. So, but I
just don't put in as much water.
Yeah, I do.
But
I do 5 cups, which generally is not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The 5 cups is just 2.5 for me. Jay likes to tell people that I drink like 4 cups of coffee a day, and I'm like, no, I don't. Their cup sizes are measured, I don't know. It must be like European, where in America, 6 cups is really 2.5 cups.
Right, because are we talking about
mostly water?
Like a mug, or are we talking about like a measuring cup?
Exactly.
Like those are 2 different things.
Yeah.
But okay. Oh my God, guys. Jay and I started watching Jury Duty on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
Okay, so essentially the premise of it is, so Jack told me about this last Wednesday before we went to do Survivor JJC.
I do know what you're talking about.
My sister texted me about it the next day and was like, oh my God, I've watched it like twice. It's so good. So it's a reality TV show where everybody is an actor except one person who basically answered.
It's like the Truman Show.
It's like a Truman Show, but it's
James
jury
Marsden
duty.
like plays himself.
James Marsden plays himself.
Yeah.
The dude that's the Bella's ex-boyfriend, the comedy club editor from Sex Lives of College Girls.
I was going to say Arpats, but that's a
he's the
Bella's
only one. Yeah, right. Arpats. Oh my God. No, he's the only other one that we recognize. Everybody else is just improv actors.
Mm-hmm.
So they put out so they wanted to make an Office style documentary, but they wanted to do it with somebody who wasn't in on the joke. So there's one character in the thing that apparently answered a Craigslist ad for a documentary about being on jury duty and was told like everybody was called for jury duty, but like we want to make a documentary, we can get you in on this. And because everybody else is an actor, everybody else literally does shenanigans like The Office or Parks and Rec or any of those. And they're all improv actors. So it is so I guess they have a script where it's like we're going to get here from point A to point B.
But how you do it is
right. Like follow these guidelines. This is what your character is going to do, but like whatever. It is so fucking funny. There's a scene in the first episode where one of the characters is trying to get out of jury duty. And he says that this is how Jack sold it to me. And he says that he's racist as he's surrounded by people of color on the jury, but he's not racist. He just wants to get out of it. and he has to like improv his way out of it, and it is hilarious. Like, I'm not selling this very well, but like it is so funny. The whole premise of it is ridiculous, and the fact that it works, when you get to the end of episode, I think it's 5, I peed my pants laughing. Like, I had to literally sit up and hold my legs together like crisscross, because it is so fucking funny. And the dude that doesn't realize he's in on the joke is just like hysterically laughing himself. He's like, I can't believe this. This is what jury duty is like. Like, can it get any crazier? And I'm just like, oh my God. And he's given interviews to be like, no, I didn't know. They filmed it over 17 days. So like a normal trial.
But like,
thing.
How many episodes are there?
8. They're half hour each, or 23 minutes each. They're
and
short.
what did he think when he learned that everyone was in on the joke?
I don't know. Apparently the last episode actually does reveal it to him, and then like shows him stuff, but I haven't gotten that far.
Because what if he would have been pissed?
I believe he also got paid a very substantial amount of money.
Fair enough.
I would imagine so.
But
that's probably something they go into when they're casting, like thinking about like, okay, like how would this person respond? Like, would they be down to play? Like,
perfect casting, because this dude is. I looked it up because I was like, surely he's in on the joke. There's no way he's not in on the joke, right? But he's so natural with like rolling with it.
Mm-hmm.
And like everybody it's so funny. I cannot recommend it enough. It's just so ridiculous. And it's great that every episode is short.
I do love a short viewing experience.
Yes.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've had one of those, I feel like.
Yeah.
Of course, every time we watch it, Jay has to make a comment about Short King, even though he's not the Short King on Sex Lives of College Girls.
But
right.
Close enough.
He is a Short King, and he is a Short King.
Yeah.
But I totally recommend it. Stop what you're watching. Check that out. It's really, really funny. If you want
It's gonna be a little bit hard because I am currently watching Succession and Ted Lasso.
Oh yeah,
but
that's a pretty full roster.
Add it to the rotation. It should take you like 2.5 days because they're short and they're funny. It's a nice break up. My Succession, I can only watch it when I'm by myself because Jay's not watching it, which makes it tough.
Why is he not watching it? Because I feel like wouldn't he?
Because he was in Arizona and I was tired of him being like, I have to do this, this, and this, and I was like, well, I'm gonna fucking start it by myself.
Yeah, no, that's
But I feel like that's like 8% of my television watching in our house.
Mm-hmm.
Or like Daniel and I'll start something and then he like goes and does something else, and then I'm like 4 episodes ahead, and I'm like, well,
you snooze, you lose.
Yeah, ship sailed. It's a good story. It's a good story.
Exactly. Are you guys watching anything other than Succession, Ted Lasso?
Well, I was just on the Ted Lasso thing. I'm literally 1 episode in. I was gonna watch more tonight, but then it rained, so Frank didn't go on a run because that's one thing that we're not watching together. I was like, oh, Frank's gonna go on a run. I'm gonna watch Ted Lasso. It rained. He didn't go on a run, so they're like, oh, we have exactly an hour. Except apparently not exactly an hour because I was late to the podcast. But anyway, so we're like, episode of Succession.
Yeah. I'm gonna start sending you the reviews that I'm writing. So you watch episode 1. I'm gonna send you the review that I'm writing for Geek Dad Life on episode 1.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, it feels good to be back. And I was kind of like, oh, I should have rewatched. I still could, but I think now I have to finish the season and then go back and rewatch. But it just, it's nice.
That first episode is really great, especially the way that it ends.
Yeah. Yes.
You kind of just, it's just very feel good.
Like, oh yes. Yeah. Here we are. Love it. That's all for me.
Nice. Yeah. On the opposite end of the spectrum, this weekend we watched the Navalny documentary.
Oh gosh.
Frank has been talking about that for a very long time. It came up this weekend.
Yeah. They're starving him to death at the moment.
Yeah.
It
was really intense. They do mention like the failed hunger strike, and you see like I don't know how they got this. A lot of the footage, I'm like, I don't know how they got this footage.
Yeah.
But like, you see like a clip of what I assume behind bars, and like it's really just it's a beautifully made documentary. It's very haunting. It's
and then just to know the what's happened since then, and I still haven't seen it, but he literally came up the other day and he was like, "Oh, you like documentaries? Have you seen Nevalny?"
Well, it's, the same. It's like I forget where I was, but Daniel watched it like on his own, and he was like, we need to watch together. Like you need to see this. And so Saturday nights are like, we watch a movie because we're parents now. And that's the only time we have enough free time to do something that's longer than even an hour of television most weeknights is like a real stretch.
Yeah, I get it.
Saturday night, we watch a movie.
Nice.
And
we went to the movies twice over the weekend. I know. Well, 2 matinees. And it's like $8.50 a ticket in with the night seats.
Okay, so one of those was Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. What was the other one?
The other one was Polite Society. Have you guys heard of this?
I just listened to an interview with the filmmaker this morning. It's the same filmmaker of that show. We Are Lady Parts. Yes.
So that's a great callback. Yeah. No, Frank was supposed to see this movie at Sundance, but then he got COVID. And so he was like, gotta watch Polite Society. So we went and saw that, and it was super fun. And I was reading an article about it, and that's how I found out what you just said, that it was the same. And then I was like, fuck, We Are Lady Parts. I forgot about that, but it was so fucking good. And I can totally see it. And so the director, she also there's this other article that I found where she's influenced by Frank and I's favorite French author. It's a badass French feminist author, sort of punk rock French feminist author. Just it's Frank, you need to watch We Are Lady Parts. But anyway, Polite Society, highly recommend it. Really fun.
Awesome.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's the interview was so interesting, and it was very much want to see this, and I'm it's exciting to speak to someone who's actually seen it and
a really good time.
It is great. So it just sounds just like a mind-swirling, unlike anything you've ever seen sort of film. So very intrigued.
Yeah, kind of lots of genre mashup, and beautiful visually, funny, and doesn't at one point doesn't really go where you're expecting, but it's just the right place. It's really nice. Fun, really good.
Nice. Oh man, good. Oh, I'm so excited now. I'm so glad you liked it. I'm I gotta go see it.
Yeah. Go to a matinee. I don't know how much it costs in New York for a matinee, but here
just about the same amount. I feel like it just, no matter where you go, any time of day, it's $14 just to get in the door. That's
$14. Okay, it's $9 here.
I think the cheapest I've gone to see a movie in New York City is maybe $11.
Wow. Well, I just looked it up. Yeah. And it says We Are Lady Parts Season 2 is set to begin filming later this year for a 2024 release. So we still need to.
That's great.
Yeah.
I didn't realize there was going to be a season 2 because that was it feels like forever ago. I honestly can't even remember when
it was 2021. It was 2 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to have to rewatch it in order to remember what the heck went on.
Yeah, I know. Muslim girl punk band. Yeah. But other than that, the details kind of foggy. Awesome. Loved it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I had some excitement this weekend where I had a copperhead snake in my garage.
Oh, indeed. Terror. Indeed.
So let me tell you the story. As you all know, we've had Bruce the Black racer snake that, lived in the underground cracks of the garage all this time. Last year, one of our neighbors who plays with Zachary found a black snake in the backyard, tried to pick it up, heavenly touched it, tried to pet it or whatever. And I was just like, if that kid fucking chased that snake away, we are in trouble. And I don't know, maybe that snake was just like, fuck this. There's other places around here where kids aren't going to touch me, and left, because I, for 6 years now, have been waiting to find another snake in my garage. Went out about 8:30 at night on Friday night, flipped the light on in the garage as I always do because I'm always scared of snakes, And 6 feet from my face is a copperhead snake. I was home alone because Jay was still on his way back from Arizona for work. I let out a yelp. I was like, ah! Backed away.
Did it notice you?
I don't know at that point because I kind of, tunes it all out. I was like, ah! Backed away. So last week in Raleigh, at least, it was 60s, but on Friday, and rainy. It rained a lot last week, but on Friday, it rained in the morning, but then it was 80 degrees in the afternoon and sunny, which is prime snake time because snakes, even in the summertime when the snakes are nocturnal, like you'll always count on seeing a snake if you're in snaky areas after it rains, especially when it's hot in the summer in the South, probably everywhere. But I wasn't even
from your lips to my memory.
Yeah, no, not in New York City.
So I wasn't even thinking about it though, but I was just like, holy shit, the time has come. This is the moment that I've been waiting for. So like I literally like put the trash bag down in the house because I don't want rodents or snakes or anything to get to it. And I'm like, boys, there's a snake in the garage. And I texted you guys and Jay and my family, and I text you all the same thing. There's a fucking, all caps locks, there's a fucking copperhead in my garage.
There's a snake in my boots.
And I was just like, holy shit. So I go back out and I'm like, well, I tiptoe back out with shoes this time because I was very glad that it was up on a box. Because if it was on the floor, I would not have seen it because I probably would. I mean, I always look down, but like it was literally when I flipped on the light, it was direct eyesight, like with me.
Yeah, no, I would never leave my house at night.
So I was just like, oh shit. So, kept the light on, tiptoed back out with shoes on, took the picture, put it on Facebook a little while later. It was like, oh my God. The next morning, and it was cold at that point. It was cold. And the next morning it was like 50. And Jay got back at like midnight, and I was like, "You want to see if the snake's still there?" It's probably gone by now. It was not gone because it was, just woken up and, all curled up. So we're like, okay, what are we gonna do about this snake? It's in the corner. So I posted the thing on Facebook. I have an acquaintance who went to the NC State Veterinary School. He lives in Florida now, but he messaged me. He was like, please don't kill it. Like, I'm going to give you the names of people who will relocate the snake for free. Reach out to them. So I was like, sure. Okay, fine. Like, that's fine. I generally live under the, like, I can't kill another living creature anyway. Like, it's okay, fine. So I text a bunch of people. Somebody gets back to me. They're like, hey, I can get there around 11. Can you put a bucket over it? And I was just like, no, because it's in the corner. But we're like, let's see what we can do. So Jay gets the big snow shovel out and a bucket. And I climb up the ladder in the garage to supervise while he's doing this brave thing. But I don't like heights, so I feel like getting on the ladder was actually quite brave for me.
Very brave, yes.
Because I get scared after I go up the second step. So I feel like getting on the ladder to take pictures was very brave. So we do that. I'm literally shaking. My entire body is shaking. I'm like, ugh. So Jay ends up getting it in the shovel. He gets it, like he flings it outside. It starts to like strike at him, but it's like
no.
And he's just like got the bucket and the shovel, and
like
he's like, I gotta get close enough to this thing to put the bucket over it in one fellow swoop.
Because you can't miss.
Can't miss.
No.
Can't miss.
So I'm like fucking freaking the shit out. But like I'm not touching it. I'm just like, it's my anniversary. I want to spend my night at dinner, not in the ER. Oh my God. I mean, I was totally worried about Jay's safety. So he gets it. It's perfect. And I was like, yes, that's why they pay you the big bucks. Like,
yes. Hole in one.
Like, you have the best luck. Like, go you. Awesome. Like,
good hand-eye coordination.
awesome, amazing. I was like, that's where Alex gets it from. So, but literally, I jump off the ladder, and I neglected to mention that I did not secure the ladder at first, so it went crash into the wall before the snake was awoken, and I fell off of it. But I was only on like the first or second step, so it was not bad. And Jay just looks at me, he was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "I'm so sorry." So. Anyway, so he gets the bucket, and like again, I had been like literally my entire body was shaking, and like he's like covers it. He's like, okay, and we put a rock over it. Like it's a little snake. It's like, you know, it's not a baby snake. It didn't have the little green tail or whatever, yellow tail still. So it was probably an adolescent snake. But you know, he puts it over, and I was like, yeah, teamwork. How about that adrenaline? And he was just like, seriously. I was like, yeah, woo! Like, text the lady a picture of this and be like, come get it. So she was really cool, though. She came and got it, and taught us about
how did she handle it?
Yeah, seriously. How does a professional handle it?
So if you see my picture on Instagram or Facebook, it's the last one. She literally just came dressed in all leather and gloves, and I don't even know if she was wearing gloves, but like she came dressed in like all leather. She had the little like grabber thingy, picked it up, put it in a bucket. I guess it was striking at the bucket, which I would too if I was a little snake. I'd be like, we're going on here, and took it, and you know, capped it, took it away. It was like 1, 2, 3, like she'd done it all her life, which I guess she has, because it's like, you know, a thing. But she was really cool, though. She taught us how they make anti-venom, which apparently, there's a reason why it's expensive. It actually sounds like quite the process. So they milk snakes, like they milk poisonous snakes to get them to release the venom. Then they inject that venom into livestock, like sheep in Australia. And then there's different you know, there's different like herds of sheep that get different types of snake venom, and the sheep are very well equipped, not like, you know, humans are, where they make antibodies really easily because they're wild animals.
They like know how to fight it up. Their bodies have developed.
Yeah, so
we're not just like torturing sheep.
No, they're not torturing sheep, because the sheep, I mean, maybe they are, but the sheep aren't dying. They're making antibodies, and then
I'm sure the sheep don't love this.
I'm sure they don't love it, but they're not getting bit by the snake. They're just getting injected with their venom. And then they mix the venoms together, and that's how they create the different snake venom, anti-venoms.
Holy shit.
Interesting. That does.
And then she told us about this dude who, like, this was his job, and he got bit by snakes so many times that he actually developed a natural immunity to it.
Wow.
To the point where he used to microdose venom to keep his immunity up.
Microdose venom.
Oh,
I know, right? I was just like, goddamn.
This is ridiculous.
Once in a while, I microdose a fucking Delta 8 so I can go to sleep. It's like a little eighth of a piece. But yeah, so... He did that, and the guy actually, she said that they flew him around the world. His blood saved 4 people from dying.
Oh my God.
Wow, that's incredible.
That is incredible. And he didn't even die from that. He died of natural causes at like 70-something years old.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, obviously, this lady was like really fucking into snakes.
Yeah. That's great.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. When we were at the bottom of the Grand Canyon, they have, you know, these like ranger talks and stuff. It was super fun. Like, so one of the nights, like we went to this talk at dusk, and it was all about snakes. And one of the things that I remember the ranger said was that they're snake colonies are matriarchal. I was like, you've given me a new appreciation for snakes.
Still no, but cool.
And they like follow, like they have just like other, you know, mammals and shit, like they have like trails, you know, that they follow, like they have, you know, the places that they go. And I think, I could get the appreciation for, I might not be at this woman's level, but I could get the appreciation for snakes, but I'll still maybe keep my distance.
Yeah,
right.
Especially from the poisony kind. I'm at the point where I can find like that little snake that Gabby got that one time that we, made sure she
Yeah,
didn't
those little
actually
gardener
eat.
snakes.
Yeah, it was very cute. And like I found it like unironically very cute.
Right.
But
I find
the
that
poisony kind, that's scary.
Mm-hmm.
Or venomous, sorry. The
venomous kind.
Yes.
I find the more I'm in the woods, I'm okay if I see the non-venomous one. But I don't want to run into a copperhead. And
no.
I understood that this one was cold and like, it was like 80 and then all of a sudden it was 50. So clearly it was looking for something warm.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like coming after, like, because even when I fell off the ladder, literally it just like poked its head up and like still didn't do anything. So it was still like in a stupor from like, bronating.
Yeah.
So, it got lucky. And even that night when I found it, I was just like, well, Snake, you got lucky that you picked a night where I am home alone and not going after you. So enjoy your fucking 5-star hotel right now. You use those points. But that same night, and I think I talked about this last week in the bonus show, how my neighbors had copperhead in their woodpile.
Oof.
I'm pretty sure we talked about it on the bonus show. So they had a copperhead in their woodpile. I think it's the same one that came to us. But now it's coming nowhere. But that same day, our neighbors, so we have the 2 neighbors behind us that Zachary plays with because it's, they're closer than like our actual neighbors. One of them had a copperhead on their front porch and the other one had a copperhead in their garage as well. So that day they were out. They were woken up. So just
here's my question, because now I'm thinking about my garage and the fact that we have a cat door on the garage and that's very easy to push, but like a copperhead couldn't get into my garage, correct? Because it's always closed and there are no cracks that I know of.
If there's no cracks that you know of, then
it's like fairly new,
okay.
Our house. Like it's not.
They get into our garage because the same way as like Bruce the black racer snake, like I even showed the kids yesterday, Sunday after they left. Like I know exactly how it got into our garage because the lip of the concrete of the driveway hangs over, so they can easily crawl along there. And there's a very distinct, like you can see the crack where they can get in.
Okay.
So as long as you don't have any cracks and you don't leave your door open or whatever,
we really don't. Yeah. So I'm like, cats.
You should be okay, but again,
always just like a little piece of plastic.
Right.
Like,
be vigilant in general, because you don't know like what's going to settle or if there's something that you've missed. And again, it's just about being vigilant. And it's this time of year because they're waking up. It's warm in the days. It's still cold at night. But once it gets to be warmer
hot
day
as fuck
and
all the time.
Yeah, once it gets to be hot as fuck, they tend to come out more, in my experience, they tend to come out more at night because they're trying to soak up that, heat from whatever. But like right now, there's no heat because it's not hot enough to absorb it, on the concrete during the day. It's just not hot enough. So they have to seek shelter to, in the night. But I did clean out my garage today, actually.
See you guys.
I did. I don't know if that's good or bad because again, I was very glad that it was up high. It was eye level.
Yeah.
Put like a
Which
peep
was a
window
shock,
on your
but
door,
it was better than
garage door, so you could just like see them before you go out there. Like an apartment door. You have the little like.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's exactly it, and that's what I do every time, and it worked. I never expected it after 6 years to actually happen, but it did.
Damn. I mean, it could have been like in a box.
Yeah, but we're also very careful about that too when it's all the time because we don't know what crawls in to like hibernate or whatever. But like, obviously in my garage, it's not warm enough. Even if somebody's in a box, it's still hella cold in the garage at night. I have a bunch of shit that I need to list on Marketplace, like baby strollers and stuff. So,
couple of coffee pots.
Couple coffee
Bases,
pots.
no pots. I'm sure some young artists be like, I could make some contemplative art with that.
That's what I keep saying, thinking. I'm like, somebody's got to take this for sure.
You never know.
Okay, so before we move on, I actually found a Reddit, and it is an Ask Reddit. What, quote, just in case, unquote, thing saved you from a serious situation?
Oh my God, I love those.
So this is one of those the universe threads that we love so much.
Yay.
I'm very excited for this.
Okay. First one is this wasn't me, but my mom. She and I were home alone, and I was getting ready to go to a party. I came upstairs and I found her with a carbon monoxide detector in pieces on the coffee table. She said it was beeping, and apparently once years ago, in our last house, one was malfunctioning and giving a false alarm, so I guess she just assumed it was happening again. I shrugged it off and I continued to get ready. I was about to leave, but something was nagging me. She insisted that it was fine. After some arguing with her, I said, no, we're calling the fire department. So I did.
Yes.
They came, and the levels of carbon monoxide were so high in the basement, they said anyone sleeping down there would be dead already. Our cats were vomiting from the poisoning, and we didn't realize.
No.
I guess the filter in the furnace was clogged, so it was pumping out carbon monoxide. One of the firefighters pulled me aside and said if I hadn't called, I likely would have come home to my mom dead in her bed.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Trust your intuition.
Yeah, for
Don't
real.
fuck with carbon monoxide. Damn.
This next one is, I was getting ready for school while mom was vomiting in the bathroom. She said it was just a stomach bug and to just go to school, but mentioned that her arm hurt. Something didn't sit right. So I called the ambulance from downstairs. They arrived, took her in the ambulance, and she proceeded to have 3 cardiac arrests and needed a defibrillator each time. Double bypass later, she was up and about within a month. Paramedics told me she would have died 5 minutes after I left if I hadn't called.
Holy fuck.
Always trust your gut.
Yes. And also, like, honestly, like, adults vomiting, it's not actually, like, it's not normal. I mean, unless you have the flu. It's very rare to vomit as an adult unless you're hungover.
You're right. It's very rare unless you're hungover, have food poisoning, or the flu.
Right.
Or a stomach bug. If you have a child in daycare, I did have a stomach bug maybe 6 months ago.
And it made you vomit?
Yes.
I am
it was
so sorry.
Unpleasant. It was very unpleasant.
I did too when Zachary was about 6 months old in daycare. So,
man.
But once you get used to those germs, like it's very rare for an adult, especially like
it's the only one. It's the only one I've had in the 2 years I've been in daycare.
In my adult life, I vomited once from the flu. A few other times from alcohol when I was younger, but like of non-alcohol reasons, once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this next one is I had some weird achy symptoms, so I went to the doctor, even though I figured I was probably overreacting. It turns out I had cancer.
Fuck.
And this is why, how many people ignore that shit? And this is why healthcare in America fucking sucks, because it is hella expensive for most people to go to the fucking doctor, because CEOs and stock people would rather make money for themselves than actually do the service that they're fucking providing.
Right, because we have privatized healthcare.
Exactly, and thank you, Joe Manchin, for eliminating... Yes. And to get back on my soapbox, thank you, Joe Manchin, for eliminating the public auction in Obamacare. Fuck you all.
Yes, fuck Joe Manchin always in the face.
Always.
Fuck you.
Anyway, sorry. I'm a little mad. I fucking hate healthcare in America. It sucks so much.
It's the worst.
100%.
It's the worst.
So stupid.
I once put one of my work shoes in the hotel safe along with my valuables. It literally stopped me from forgetting my wallet and passport in a different country.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I have read that that's like a thing they recommend you do, like to put something like that in the safe so that like you make sure you clear it out of a hotel room before you check out.
Wow. Well, to be fair, I never use the safe.
No, me neither.
I don't have anything.
Just hide it in my suitcase and hope for the best.
I use the safe. I do use the safe when I'm in hotels. But the one trick that I have is if I ever have to get groceries at work or whatever, and I would put it in the fridge, I would put my car keys with it. So that way I wouldn't forget them.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
See, my fear of like using the hotel safe is that I'm afraid I'm going to forget the combination that I set. And then I'm
totally. And then
I'm screwed.
It's a headache. Yeah.
My wife and his friend were having their first baby. They had gotten a big packet of information and paperwork to fill out before the due date to make things easier. all been there. Well, I don't know. Those of us that have babies have been there. I got one of those packets. There were also brochures for genetic testing and and other things that could be done. One of the things was about saving the cord blood. My friend said that he looked at the front of the brochure and asked his wife if they should do it, and my friend said yes. It was not cheap, a couple $1,000s to save it, and a few hundred a year after that. It's about storing it. I got that. Yeah. I remember that same paper. You got that paperwork too, Amanda?
Yeah. My doctor advised against it.
Yeah. Well, I agree. I believe we were also, it was kind of like whatever. But apparently their daughter was born 3 years after her birth. They had a boy, and he was born with an immune disorder, no white blood cells. His big sister's cord, blood, and stem cells were used to save him as treatment.
Holy shit.
That is actually kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I have one.
Oh, go ahead.
My mom a couple of years ago went for a cataract surgery.
Yeah.
And the surgery was fine and everything, but afterwards the recovery, like she didn't recover her vision like she was supposed to. It was like very strange. And so she went back in to like see what the fuck was going on. And they found out that she had a brain aneurysm.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So, but it hadn't burst or anything. So they were able to like intervene. And I mean, she could have potentially lived the rest of her life with it without knowing, or she could have died the next day.
Right.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Aneurysm free since a couple years ago. Cool.
That reminds me of a story that so when I first moved here, I worked at a doctor's office, orthotics and prosthetic place, and we had a woman that came in for something I can't even remember, but she had been in a car accident and needed an MRI, right? Like she wasn't seriously injured, but as a part of the procedure, they took her in the ambulance, gave her an MRI, and they found cancer that was so early that there was no treatment for it yet. So they were able to monitor it till it got big enough to be able to remove it before it spread.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I remember this lady coming in. I vaguely remember what she looks like. I don't remember her name, but I remember her telling that story, and she needed something for something, and I don't even know. Oh, she needed something for the car accident, like a brace or something. And she was like,
"I'm happy to pay for this."
Right. And she was like, "I'm happy to pay for this because." Right. Like if I hadn't, they wouldn't have caught it. And who knows if I would have been paying enough attention. She was young. She was, she was like late 20s or late 30s.
Wow.
But yeah.
Right. Too young to be getting any sort of regular cancer screenings.
Exactly. Wow. Exactly. And I always think of that woman and how lucky she was, where most people go for cancer screenings to like, make sure it doesn't come back. She's going to make sure it's big enough to be able to remove it.
Wow.
My goodness.
Yeah, that kind of fucked me up a little bit, but like in a good way, but a bad way, but a good way. I was like, the universe, baby.
Yeah,
that woman had a purpose somewhere. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, let me do one more, and then we will take our commercial break. All right, we'll finish up with this, but I will save this and go through it because this thread is freaking huge. There's so many of them, which I'm assuming that anybody out there listening right now may have a story of their own.
Please share.
So
yes, please
share. Give us your feedback. We would love to hear it. thebroadcasters3@gmail.com or 331-276-2373. Honestly, even if you've never given feedback before, if you want to be anonymous, that's fine. But like, share it with us. We would love to hear it. We love this stuff. Okay, here's where we're going to finish up for tonight with this. Normally, I'm pretty impressionable and I cave to peer pressure. But one time when I was younger, I was hanging out with my friends and a couple of older high schoolers that I'd only met that day. The girls were fawning all over the high school boys, but I could tell that they were idiots. When they all wanted to go for a drive with the guys, I thought, nah, I don't trust them. And I think it'll be best if I just call my parents and go home. I got a call the next morning from one of the girls who was a passenger. One of the high school boys was driving. They had a serious crash, and one of the girls wasn't wearing her seatbelt, hit her head, and was in a coma for 6 months. She was in intensive care and rehabilitation for years. I still can't believe Of all the days I decided not to go with the flow, that it probably saved my life. I'm terribly sad about my friend because we were really close, and she never, she never was fully herself because her personality changed, which happens with traumatic brain injuries. I still wonder what could have happened if I was there.
Oh my God.
So anyway, always trust your gut is the moral of this story.
Yeah, and fuck peer pressure.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we will do a little bit of feedback, and we will go on our merry way. All right, here we go. All right, we are back. We're ready to get into some feedback, and we want to wish Alice a very, very happy birthday.
Indeed.
Yay, happy birthday.
It's a pre-birthday when we're recording. It's a post-birthday when this will come out.
Exactly.
So, carry the one.
Yeah.
And, celebrate.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Drop the 3, carry the 1. This is episode 310. I don't know. Hold on. Also a Survivor joke. It works. Oh my God. Okay.
On so many levels.
We had some feedback in the Facebook group from John, the former UPS guy, who went fucking ham with the fact that
I love that. So much fun.
Yeah. I will not apologize for anything I said in last week's episode. I will not, including the first thing that John said, record for quickest joke on a podcast, did Rush Limbaugh die again? I believe that I said we had great news this week, and no, Rush Limbaugh did not die again. I'll say it again. Fuck that dude. And then he said, first, he shared a meme that's been going around. First, they came for Tucker, and I didn't speak out because I was laughing so hard I couldn't catch my breath. And then he also shared to Jessica, who was looking for a good TV show, try Shrinking or The Last Thing He Told Me. I've heard of The Last Thing He Told Me. Have I watched that? Why have I heard of that?
It's based off of a book. I believe it's Apple TV, because I get ads for those before Ted Lasso and Scrimadoon episodes. I get interchanged commercial promos for both of those shows.
I want to watch that. That's on my list. I thought it was a movie until I found that it was a mini series, and then I decided to wait. That's with Jennifer Garner.
Yes.
Yes.
And I love me some Jennifer Garner in action. Did you say is Victor Garber in it too? And goddamn, I hope so.
She gave an interview, and she was that they were finally reunited in a thing, and I don't think she's in anything else. So I think he might be in it. But that's on my list. I'm just waiting for it to catch up. Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if Alias is streaming anywhere.
I don't know. I love Alias, the first 3 seasons, so much.
I know. It'd be good to go back and see how it holds up and after all this time.
We should do that.
I think we should.
I've never seen it. So.
Oh man!
Oh my God! You've never seen Alias?
Oh, it can be one of our monthly themes.
Yeah, Alias. Oh, yeah. So it's 5 seasons. The first 3 were good. The 4th one was shitty, and then the 5th one, she was pregnant with Ben Affleck's baby, so it was just okay.
Yeah, they were trying to get the show over the finish line. They were just trying to land the plane.
Yeah, I know that season 3 is kind of debatable if it's as good or not, but I love the first 3 seasons.
The 3rd season is the one with the mom?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I liked that season.
I did too.
Then it's then I feel like we went to college, and then I kind of,
That's exactly it. I fell out of it because of college as well. Because it just
same thing happened to Saved by the Bell.
Yeah. It's just once they get into college years, it's just never as good.
Gosh, I really do want to watch that now. I loved Alias.
I know. It was so good.
So good.
Probably still is very good. I really, truly hope it holds up.
Yeah. I think so, too, because they don't really deal with issues that wouldn't hold up. You know what I mean? I feel like, if anything, it would probably be more relevant. I don't know.
That's fair. Actually, I wrote a paper about Alias for my communications ethics class.
You did!
It was the one I got an A on.
Holy shit! I remember
we called that Professor C plus Sue, and I got an A. And any any like fledgling adult, I put that shit on the refrigerator.
Yes, she did. Oh my God, I forgot all about that.
I just had the hardest core deja vu.
Yeah, I know. I've definitely told this story
I think
before.
we told this story before.
100% I've told this story before.
But I didn't recognize Alias until we got to this part. C plus Sue. It's a good detail.
Yeah.
I probably still have it. I feel like in a bin back here, I kept like
I totally
some
have
of my college
too.
papers.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just the few that I was particularly proud of. There's not that many, but you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we had to print them out, so like.
It's true. It's true.
What are you going to do with it afterwards?
Exactly.
Keep it in a folder for 20 years.
Exactly. Okay, so though John did say Shrinking, which Jess, I don't know how we didn't mention that. Shrinking is so good. Have you guys watched it yet?
No, again, I've just seen the ads for it before Ted Lasso.
I haven't even seen the ads.
I love Jason Segel. I will watch him at just about anything. Jay
and I have watched it twice all the way through. It is so good. Harrison Ford is freaking incredible. Jason, what's his face?
Segel.
Jason Segel's great. I love the interview that Harrison Ford gives with, I think it's Jimmy Kimmel to promote it, where he, I think Jason Segel was like, yeah, I never met him before. And then Harrison Ford was like, no, I met him and I told him I saw you in Forgetting Sarah Marshall and you had a nice dick. It's a really funny interview. Jay and I watched it in Germany. I do remember that. It's a great show. There is a scene in there, and I'm going to implore you guys to watch the show. And then when you get to this line, to think of me. And the line is, eat a dick, Pam. And that might sound like nothing, but when you find out what eat a dick, Pam is, you're going to laugh so hard. It's one of those deliveries and scenes where it's perfect. Perfect. Okay. Eat a dick, Pam. No, it's a great show, though. In all fairness, it has everything. It's got comedy. It has family drama and relations, and it's wholesome at the end of the day. Truly, it's great. Brett Goldstein, who is Roy Kent in Ted Lasso, and Bill Lawrence, who co-showrunnered Ted Lasso season 1 and 2 before he left to do this. And he was also the creator and showrunner of Scrubs. So it has a lot of that. It's great though. I know you have to watch Jury Duty, but like definitely watch Shrinking. I would say watch Shrinking first. It's so good. So good. I would watch it again, like all the way through. It's great. Okay. It's also a half hour, so perfect.
That's good to know. We did just finish Only Murders in the Building, so we do have. Yeah, sorry, I buried the lead on that. I kind of forgot. I loved it. I thought the second season was even better.
Yes.
It was like a really entertaining story, like start to finish. Yes. It was like a really well thought out story, and like I really loved that. Like they really did a very good job of like burying the lead on who actually did it. Like I feel like I didn't figure it out till like the moment they wanted me to, and it was like, oh, that was satisfying.
Yes. I thought it was a certain character the whole time until I found it wasn't. The best thing about Murders in the Building, the second season, is that they're all like, they're in on the joke. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like it's a joke, but like they're all like into
on the shtick. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's just meta enough that it's a lot of, it's just a lot of fun.
So much
it's
fun.
Like really entertaining and.
Yeah, it's so campy. That's what it is. It's very campy,
but still like a really well thought out story. Yes. Like the way they told the story and where it ultimately ended, like that took some real thought. And like, it got me thinking of like, oh, well, when did they decide that this was like the line for season 2? Like what groundwork? Like it was just, it was start to finish, 2 thumbs up, very entertaining, great story. Excited for season.
Yay! Yes, super fun.
Yeah, I'm glad we finally did it. But now we have some free space, so maybe we'll move on to Shrinking.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I got that Apple TV, man. We are like watching it lately. They
it's
really are
good.
like They're like, oh, yeah, I hear streaming doesn't make any money. Well, we're going to dip our toe in and try anyway.
I can't wait for you guys to watch Shrinking. Honestly, I think you'll both really enjoy it. I think you'll both even really enjoy Jury Duty. Like, they're both just, they're very different shows, but it's just so funny. Okay, moving on.
Also, we should probably say, we stand with the writers and the writers' strike.
Yes, pay them more money.
Pay them more money. Like, stop dicking around the writers. This is why we love the shows we love, because it takes a real artist to tell them properly, pay writers what they're due, hire them for full seasons, make more episodes of things. And like, God damn it.
Yes, pay them more
Step
money.
off soapbox.
I feel like this goes hand in hand with what I was talking about health insurance earlier. Like, we're all in the same society. Fuck you if you think that you're worth more than somebody else.
Exactly. This is also a great example of like industries that fucking unionized, like historically, and have held on to it. And all of the industries should be like that. But
yes.
Yes.
Remember the last time we had a writer's strike in 2007 and the ending of Heroes really fucking sucked?
Yeah, killed that show. Pushing Daisies.
Killed that show so
There was a lot of great television
Pushing
at that
Daisies.
time that did not survive the writer's strike. And, you know, granted, I think, you know, execs got smarter and, you know, you sort of hear that they've been sitting on scripts, like with preparation that, like, you know, case negotiations soured. So, like, it's really, you're just going to see it in, you know, late night and SNL and like those sort of topical, quick, you know, turnkey shows is where you're going to see it, but you're not really going to see it like the effects of it anytime soon. So it's just like, it just kind of just sucks all the way around.
It does. But, you know, social media is even more prevalent nowadays, and podcasts are bigger than they were in 2007. So hopefully they can actually utilize what the tools they have available to them, which I don't know what that would even do. But there was a clip that went around today for Conan on the Tonight Show or whatever his show was in 2007, where he's just literally spinning his wedding ring to see how long he can like make it spin around for. And it's through a point that is the only thing that they have in a writer's strike, is that their content. We need more Conans in the world. Honestly, we need more Conans in the world.
We do. We do.
Okay, moving on. Kayla clarified, Amanda, which show. So she actually, we had talked about last week with the what Game of Thrones episode he watched in 2019. Oh my God, that still sounds like so long ago. But it was so long ago, but it wasn't.
The pandemic, baby.
Yeah, oh my God, I just. When I cleaned out the garage today, I found boxes with like packaging receipts from 2019 today. And I was like, but we've had the junk people come, right? But I guess we haven't since the pandemic. It wild. So Kayla affirms Shandy and I thought last week about the Battle of Winterfell that they watched. You guys watched it downstairs before everybody watched the Burning of King's Landing one upstairs that same day. And then Matt said, you may want to add the new Judy Blume documentary on Amazon to the May 9th show discussion. If I have time, I will absolutely watch it.
I didn't know there was a Judy Blume documentary. I will watch the shit out of that.
I will watch it to have background knowledge.
Bells. I feel like I saw like a promo before something else I was watching, and then briefly it was like, oh, that sounds interesting, and then completely forgot about it.
I didn't know about it, but I'm excited. I'm going to watch it. We don't have to watch it to talk about it. It's probably going to just be like more, you know, background stuff that we could talk about. But, you know, if we want to, you know, I'll watch it and talk about it too. And if you watch it, send us some feedback on it.
Yeah.
And then as far as Jessica's wanting more TV show recommendations, Matt says he's got Clone High, Big Mouth, Superstore. Yes, Superstore. Jess, you haven't watched Superstore. Yes.
Yes.
So Brooklyn Nine-Nine, One Day at a Time, Jane the Virgin, Freaks and Geeks, Girls 5 Eva. Oh, Girls 5 Eva. You guys never watched season 2. It's so good. So much fun.
I haven't watched
What's it on again?
Peacock.
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 Yeah.
But again, there's a song that I have listened to multiple times called Big Pussy Energy, like big dick energy.
Love it.
Super fun. We are lady parts.
Speaking of
Harley Quinn. And then Matt said, regarding fun band names, the AV Club used to do a yearly feature chronicling them.
Oh, fun.
Okay, and then the email from Andy, then we'll finish up with the master. She said, and we will see y'all next week.
All right. Well, Andy writes in this month in Andy's virginity. Hey, broads. I guess I'm not writing once a month these days, but I guess that's what happens when nothing happens in my love life and business as usual elsewhere. It's also what happens when you get a period sometimes. Sorry, I just watched Are You There, God? It's top of mind.
We must.
Even my coworker isn't dozing off that often. Hey, that's good.
Oh, dude, there is a entire plot line about coworkers dozing off in jury duty, and I thought of you, Andy, when we watched it, and I was like, oh my god, this is Andy's coworker. And when you guys watch it, because you're going to watch it, you are, there's no chance you're not. You're gonna think the same thing, and you're gonna know it when you get to it. It's so fucking hilarious. Okay. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna start
writing this down because we do this and we talk about things on the podcast, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll watch it, and then I
just write down jury duty, jury duty, and shrinking.
To watch jury duty, shrinking, Judy Blume doc on Amazon.
And make sure you watch, or no, don't make sure, but I feel like Frank would also love Shrinking and Jury Duty too. They're very much, especially Jury Duty, that's very much his humor. From what I understand,
interesting,
his
because
humor to be.
Historically, he is not a fan of the reality TV.
But this is The Office reality TV.
Right.
It's like Office.
He
doesn't really like sitcoms. Which I find
it's not a sitcom though. It's a mockumentary.
Okay.
With one person that doesn't get the joke.
Right. Okay. I'll try. I'll figure out how I'm going to present this. Okay. Moving on. Andy continues. I have found out that they stopped looking for a third person in my department, which makes sense as the workload isn't enough to keep 3 people regularly busy. But I kind of wish we had another person to make it a little easier for me as I think about finding another job. You know what, Andy? Just think about getting another job and don't care so much about your employer.
Yeah, they don't care about you. That's what I've learned.
Exactly.
That's what I've learned is most employers, you care about the job you're doing. They don't care about you. They care about the money. And then every single person around you that is generally a Republican or listening to Fox News is going to say that nobody wants to work anymore. But really, it's the employers don't want to pay people.
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly. Don't care so much about them. And they're also employing somebody who sleeps at work. So, you do you.
Mm-hmm.
My coworker is fine. But I think she'll really struggle when I'm gone. Well, true, if she's sleeping on the job. Although I would say, you know what? Also, props to her for being able to collect a paycheck while she's literally sleeping on the job. Sorry for you, Andy, but I say she's doing her.
Yeah, get it while you can.
Exactly. Andy continues. However, I know I've got to prioritize myself. Exactly. I'm not getting any younger and life isn't getting any cheaper. Exactly, Andy. We are just on the same page. I guess that's it for now. Since it is May, happy masturbation month. Perhaps the woman in question here maybe started the month right. And he links to an LA Times article about a woman at the LA Philharmonic concert who apparently orgasmed during the show. And there's also audio via Twitter that was making the rounds. I listened to it and I could kind of hear it. So yeah, that's the thing that happened, potentially, they say. Hashtag, I'm not with that hers. Andy.
May we all visit a concert that is so overwhelming that we spontaneously orgasm.
Yeah. I read a whole book about awe, as in AWE.
Oh, yeah,
and there's the big 8, and music is one of them. Doesn't experiences of awe don't necessarily make us have a sexual reaction, but it's, I could see it's like they're adjacent. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for that, Andy. And we'll finish up with That's What She Said.
Don't really go off on this, Colleen.
The scream I let out.
Everything I ever wanted is happening right now.
When I'm in a meeting, you can't scream because everyone will hear you.
I don't have any inside baseball mainly because I wanted to enjoy it.
I got nothing else except booyah!
Knowing that it gets really good has made it a lot easier for me to keep going.
It sneaks up on you. Like all of a sudden you're really into it and you don't realize how you got there.
I started with a lot of momentum.
It's rare that if I'm on top of something, you guys aren't. This is a very weird place for me to be.
These are all just parts to me.
It's not going to take you that long.
I can keep going. It's my new cocaine.
I saw your thing earlier, Jess.
Who's Jess? Oh, that Jess is. Yeah, sorry.
God, what a delightful thing it was.
Thank you for that, Matt. We appreciate it. We appreciate all the feedback. I hope you all got your feedback in on time for the Real Weird Sisters. I've blasted, I have in past tense blasted it on all the social medias. Hopefully Shandy has put it in their Patreon group, and
Martha beat me to it. Thank you,
she did.
Martha.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm very excited for that. Now the Real Weird Sisters show will not be up until after the Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret show. Please send us your feedback for that. That will be out first because we're very excited about that. I am so pumped. So get us your feedback for that. The broadcasters3@gmail.com or 331-276-2373. Or if you're in the Facebook group, you can just put some feedback, under the thread there. I am super excited to talk about that. I cannot believe that all my life, I'm almost 40 years old, and I'm finally going to get to watch a movie with Regina George as a cool mom, I hope. I'm very excited, though. Thank you all for listening tonight. Thank you for the feedback that I know you're going to send in to us in the next few days.
Yes.
And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks to the patron that contribute a certain level, and that would be Eckhart Rigner, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with the Plan, and the creepy poopy head mailman. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you all soon. Does anybody else have anything before we go?
Nope.
No, ma'am.
All right. Well, on that note, we will talk to you next week. When Amanda and Shandy have watched Jury Duty and or Shrinking. I know it's going to be one or the other, and probably one episode of it.
Oh my gosh! And read a tween book and seen a movie. Guys, these expectations we have.
The tween book is only going to take you a day. It's.
I've been reading it for a couple of days.
Yeah, I was going to say you need to adjust your. Yeah.
I mean, I'm flying through it, but still, like I was thinking, it'll be a one sitting book. I mean, that hasn't.
I don't think I've ever read a book in a sitting. I don't think I've read an article in a sitting.
Well, you will not regret when you read this one.
No, I am very much looking forward to it. I'm just a little stressed that I have not given myself enough time to like adequately enjoy it. Like I worry.
Okay, well,
yeah,
I'll talk to you guys when you read that, and then 2 or 3 months from now, when you guys have watched Jury Duty and Shrinking, we'll talk about that then. Okay.
Perfect.
On that note, everyone, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate it. And we'll talk to you soon. On that note, my name is Colleen.
My name is Amanda.
And I'm Shandy.
Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.